7 a.m. if you couldn't tell. And it's a Monday. We're vlogging today, hence the setup. And we're kicking off the week and I feel so tired. It was the Super Bowl last night and I was out way too late. The Eagles won. Happy for everyone involved, but I'm so tired. Oh my God, I literally look like I haven't slept in weeks. We do need to go and get coffee because I am currently out at my apartment, which is criminal, but need to go. So that is priority number one. And also, I heard a rumor that there's free coffee at Starbucks today after the Super Bowl for some reason. So if something is free, I'm gonna go get it. I was right, free coffee today at Starbucks. So I was like, I'm gonna treat myself and get a breakfast sandwich if the coffee was free. So now I have breakfast as well. But it's not that cold out today. 25 degrees, which is great. It's not feeling too bad. Made it back from Starbucks and I'm about to eat my breakfast. Honestly, the Super Bowl kind of messed me up because normally this is happening at like 6 a.m. and I have a significant amount of time to read. But with me sleeping in, it is now 7:24 and I mean, I still have a chunk of time, but it's not as much as I would have wanted. For anyone new, I read a lot and I read a lot in the morning because then my days just get a little crazy and it's harder. But I actually have a really busy day. We have a really fun week. I'm not going to spoil it all right now, but I have an event tonight. I'm going to a Broadway show tomorrow. I am flying somewhere on Thursday and it's my birthday on Friday. So we have things happening, but I genuinely have so much to do and we're just going to get on with it. But I'm going to read and protect my peace for at least half an hour. I'm currently reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night, which was highly recommended to me. And it was also on Kindle Unlimited, which I pay for. So I was like, sign me up. And I'm liking it so far, but I'll let you know. I read for an hour and it's now 8:30 and I need to get going. And I'm forcing myself to go to a coffee shop because I have been in this state of staying in my apartment all day and not getting the things done that I need to get done because it's like too easy for me to just like sit on my couch. And to me, my couch is associated with reading and napping. So we are getting out. I also have a lunch, early lunch at 11. So I'm just going to go somewhere nearby there and work until lunchtime. It is Austin Marathon week and you might be thinking, why does that apply to me? I'm not running the marathon and I don't live in Austin, but I run all of the social media for Endorphins Running and we have a large community in Austin and we're showing up for the marathon. We're doing a shakeout. We're doing a cheer zone. Like we're doing all of the things and posts need to go out this week about the Austin Marathon. So I need to make those, get them approved by the partners that we have involved. I need to post them. I need to like make sure that our team in Austin is all ready to go. Also, this is going to be an immediate repurchase for me. It's the Ilia base face milk. Love it so much. That's my main priority for the week. And then we leave on Thursday morning to go to Austin, which is going to be fun. It's one of my favorite places to visit. We always joke about like, what's your favorite endorphin city to visit? And Austin is definitely up there. It is just a good place to be, good people there, and I'm excited. But I am so happy to be doing that social stuff because if I was just doing my own content, I would go crazy. I actually think that I would hate it and I would have gotten a full-on corporate job by now because influencing full-time is not for me. I love having something to do that is not about me and is not about my own content and my own life, and supporting thousands of runners across the country. Like it is so freaking cool. It is crazy to be doing sometimes though, I will say. We're in 11 cities. We show up at every major marathon and it can be a little crazy. I finished getting ready because I'm talking too much and then I won't actually get ready. We're ready to go. And this is my current favorite bag from Madewell. And I also have this cute little bag charm on it from Anthropologie. And I'm in the, actually, I can just show you. I'm in the Aritzia slouch coat, classic Converse. These jeans are from Abercrombie, New Balance sweatshirt. I maybe should put on a beanie because it says it's 28 degrees. And also my hair doesn't look the best, but we'll see. That's gonna be a last minute decision. I'm letting my computer charge because the last couple times I've shown up at a coffee shop, there's been no outlets, and then my computer dies, and I'm like, well, what was the point of me coming here if my computer is dead? I really wish I had worn my beanie because it's fucking freezing, but I'm going to coffee shop. It's almost 9, which I'm making good time, and the streets are so empty, I think because everyone was out for the Super Bowl and is dead, but I'm really hoping that this coffee shop has outlets, seating, and Wi-Fi, because my favorite coffee, and people call me so basic, is the vanilla draft latte from La Colombe. And La Colombe is like, there's multiple locations, so people are like, oh, it's a chain. I'm like, I'm sorry, this draft latte is the best thing that I put in my mouth in the morning. So we're gonna get that. I'm on my way home from lunch and coffee. I got so much work done and my computer died at the perfect time, which was elite. And I went to this bowl for lunch, obviously, with Tyler and another friend. And now I go home to now finish the rest of the work that I did not get done at the coffee shop. And we still don't have the Austin shakeout post up because God knows why, honestly. We're waiting on something, but it needs to go up in 2 seconds. The urge to sit on my couch is so real, but I am not, because if I do, I'm not getting up. I'm gonna get this post out, and then I'm going to sneak in a workout. I am trying to come back to running. I'm basically running once a week right now on the little Boost treadmill situation. And otherwise, I'm doing the most amount of strength training I've ever done in my life. I'm doing 4 times a week, which for some may be a lot, for some that may be a little. But for me, I was a like 2 to 3 times a week kind of gal, and now I'm a 4 times kind of gal. And my PT/coach is programming it all for me, and it's going really well. The progress has been awesome. Like, I really do feel like I'm getting stronger. But it does become like a little bit redundant, especially when you just want to run. Like, it's like, you know, you have to do these things, but you also just want to go for a run. So you're like, just let me go for a run. But I need to get it in. This, the series that he has me doing today takes about 30 minutes, which is so nice because I can just go down to the gym, get it done, and then come back and finish up the rest of the work that I have. I also am invoicing a couple brands that I worked with in January. I'm looking over some briefs for brands that I'm working with in the next like 4 to 6 weeks, which is always fun and exciting, especially when I'm working with brands that I love. I have a call at 2 o'clock about endorphin stuff, and we're just moving along. We're checking things off on the to-do list, which leads me to my beloved Hobonichi cousin. So the story about this cousin is that it was an impulse buy for me, because I was on Hobonichi TikTok for a while, and I've been really into journaling, which I still am. And in my head, this Hobonichi was going to become my journal, meaning like journaling full-on written thoughts. And then I got it, and I was like, I don't think that's what I'm going to use this for. Like, long-form journaling did not seem like the right use. So now I use the daily pages for my to-do list, which has been actually incredible. And I basically just write down the things that need to happen every single day. It helps me prioritize. I know this seems silly, right? To like, no shit, we all have a to-do list that we need to do every day. But something about writing it down and checking it off, and like, if something doesn't happen that day, I move it to the next. I don't know. It's just really working for me. I also have like my plans at the top of the day, and then in the front, I'm not using the weekly sections as intended. I'm actually using them to like track different lists of things. I talked about this on TikTok a little bit, but like, I have a memories page. I have who I've gotten coffee with this year and where we went. I have my song of the week, which, if you didn't know, I am tracking the song that I resonate the most with that week and writing that down. I'm writing down a list of things that I want and will not buy until they've been on my list of wants for long enough and I know that I actually want them. Like, I'm looking at something on this list that I wrote down at the beginning of January. I haven't thought about it since. I don't need it. Like, it's actually very helpful. So I'm tracking like little things in the front, and then I have my to-do list, and then I have my old other journal for long form, which has been working so well for me. I feel like I finally have a system. I also use Google Calendar and Tasks for digital task tracking, but a lot of those are like very nitty gritty, like write out copy for this post or do those things where it's like, this is more like, okay, today we have the Austin events post going up. I need to check in on LA on the shakeout. I need to check in on Road to Brooklyn applications for New York. We need to book a car for Austin. We need to send out the New Balance review program email. Just things going on. And I also bucket them into categories of what they are for. So that's my Hobonichi cousin setup. I can't recommend it enough. I also got the cover on the Hobonichi website when I bought it. I have one sticker on there right now, but I need another one for sure. And emoji pen. This is the, this goes around the journal to make it stay when it's in my bag. And then, yeah, emoji pens for life. So that's my journal setup / to-do list tracking. It helps me stay so organized. And it's just really speaking to me because last year I was in this weird phase of like, what am I using each journal for? And I finally have it down. So shout out to Hobonichi. I wish I could say this is sponsored, but it is not. Maybe one day. We're manifesting. Going to get in my 30-minute workout. I'm bringing my band with me. Do I want to go? Not really, but today is one of those where I'm like, I don't really want to go, but I know it's going to make me feel better. Not like my body needs the break, so I'm not going to go. But I'm wearing... Can't even see. Let me show you. New Balance. I actually don't have shoes for lifting, which is probably bad. I do just wear my running shoes when I lift. And also, I've been back on my podcast game, which has been very fun. I'm a big Chicks in the Office gal, but also my friend Hannah, who some of you may already follow, Hannah Gerson, has a new podcast called Morning Chickens, and it's like 20-30 minutes of just like goodness from her. So I just got done listening to that and I was like, this just needs to be shared. She's incredible. I also realized that this new camera that I got, I think I'm looking at the screen and not at you. So let me get better at that. Morning Chickens. Would highly recommend. I'm going to shut up now because I'm just avoiding going to the gym. It is 1:59 and I successfully worked out for 35 minutes, took a shower, and I'm now ready to get on this call. And luckily, I do not have to have my camera on because I look like a drowned rat, but my hair needs to dry for the event that I have tonight. And I obviously did not have time to blow dry it. We're also opening our first Diet Coke of the day. 2 p.m. Need to get on this call. Here we go. So on our end, we have media contracted for Saturday for the shakeout. We'll get it out that afternoon. Okay, call's done. Now I go back to sitting here. Really thrilling. Been sitting here editing the course breakdown for the Austin Marathon. Every major race, we do a course breakdown on endorphins, like explaining what to expect, yada yada, for anyone running the race. And it's like one of my favorite videos that we put out because people that are running the marathon just get so excited. So I've been editing the Austin one.
Miles of the iconic South Congress Bridge.
And when I tell you, I know more about the routes of these marathons all across the country than probably most people. Like, I could tell you the left turn at mile 11 of the Dallas Marathon, dead ass. So these are fun to make, and it like requires coordination. City leads, aka like ambassadors of endorphins in Austin, filmed it, sent it to me. I write the script, send it to them, and then they send it back to me with the clips, and then I edit it, and I like go into Strava and I find somebody who's ran the race so that we can like use the overlay in the video, and like I pull B-roll from the race or from Austin, and I put it together, and it is fun. It takes a little time. Sometimes we'll use an editor, but this one actually was just easier for me to do, and that's done. And now I'm realizing it is 4:30 and I have an event that starts at 5 and it's a 24-minute walk. So I'm realizing I need to get ready. Where am I going, you ask? Great question. I'm actually not 100% sure what I'm getting myself into. I got an email from Jenna Bushhager. Well, not from her, but from her team, that she was having an event tonight in Soho for Reads with Jenna, which is like her extension brand of her book club. And it did not mention, like, it didn't really give me anything to go off of other than come and join for some sort of discussion / I don't know, hang about reading. Like, it's on brand for me. Excuse the siren, obviously. But it didn't mention, like, hey, we're reading this book, like, whatever. It honestly, it gave me nothing. It gave me a time and a place and the name of the event. And I will be going because I love reading. I love meeting people who read. And I am a fan of hers and her book club. And I think what she's doing is so cool. I think bringing people together in any way, shape, or form is incredible. It's kind of giving Run Club, but we're going to book club, except there was no real book involved. Also, sorry, my anxiety is like, you're going to show up to this event and you don't know anyone. You're going to look like a loser. But I always remind myself that there are so many people showing up to this event that also don't know anyone. Like, the odds of somebody showing up and knowing everybody there, slim to zero, unless they're maybe the coordinator. So I'm excited to meet some new people. The interesting thing is the more that I've been posting about reading, the more I'm kind of integrating myself into that community, and it's just like unfamiliar to me. Like, if I were to show up to a health and fitness or running event in New York, I actually could 99% of the time know at least one other individual that is going, which is nice. And it's like a little comforting to be like, oh, I'm going to know XYZ walking in. And the book community, just very different. And I love it. Now I'm doing something new hobby that I love, and I get to meet new people. So 4:32, I need to go. Oh, and I also have a call at 6 p.m. with our engineering team for the Endorphins app. So I gotta be back. I already told them that I couldn't stay the whole time, so let's go. You guys, that was so fun and cool. It is exactly 6 p.m., which means I have a call in about 30 seconds. But we got this book called This Is a Love Story, which I'm very excited about. I had to leave before the actual panel discussion, but I had such a good time for the hour that I was there. I met a bunch of new friends. Everyone was so incredibly friendly. They also had this incredible live sketch artist do these drawings right on site, right in front of you, and she was so cool. I'm gonna plug her Instagram because she says she does a bunch of different events, and I was actually blown away by her. But it was just very cute and wholesome. I will insert some photos and videos, but the place was stunning. It's 54 Mercer, if you're ever in New York. It's a wine bar and library. It was like jaw-dropping. Like, if my house doesn't look like that, I don't want it. So I had just the best time, as one does at a book event. That call went so much longer than I anticipated. It was a great call, don't get me wrong. We had our engineers that are helping with the Endorphins app on there, and it was kind of like a brainstorming situation, and I very much enjoyed, but it did go until 8:30, and I'm a sleepy girl. Like, I like to be in bed by 9 p.m. and I like to be asleep by 9:30 if I have anything to do with it. Like, that's my ideal. And honestly, today felt really long. I feel like I'm like thinking about my morning and it feels like it was 10 years ago. But I did successfully check off all 14 things on my to-do list. Some of them personal, some of them for endorphins, some of them are just not even, I don't even know. And now I'm going to continue to read my vampire book, and I'm going to read until probably 9, which is why I try to get at least an hour to an hour and a half in the mornings, because if I don't really have time, except for the weekends, mostly on Sundays, which will not happen this weekend because I'm going to be in Austin. So we got to power through this book. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's vampires. There's some good banter going on. I'm thinking it's going to go the romance route, but you just never know. I didn't read anything about it before, so I'm going in blind. I'm at 30%. I'm going to try and get to 35 and then go to sleep, because tomorrow we've got physical therapy, we have a run, and we're going to a Broadway show. So roll the Tuesday clips. Here we are in the same spot on Tuesday morning, but it is now 5:45 a.m. I am going to read for at least an hour, but one of the things that I did not get to yesterday was making a video for today because the New York City Marathon Lottery opens today, and it might still be open when you're watching this video, but we're gonna make a post about it on Endorphins using footage from last year, so I need to download some of that and put the video together. I have PT and a run today and an exciting Broadway show. And somehow it is time to leave for PT and my run. I do have a fear about bringing this camera with me because it's new and I don't want to break it. So I think what I'll do is film on my phone and then just put the clips in. But I have a session with Ryan at Finish Line, and he's been incredible in my injury recovery journey. We will probably do like 45 minutes of strength work, and then he has me going on the Boost treadmill for 30 minutes. I think I have an 8-minute run, 2-minute walk today, which is the most consecutive running I have done in 5 months. And if you don't know what the Boost treadmill is, it basically takes off a percentage of your body weight so that you are not like pounding your entire body as hard as you would if you were on the ground. It is an incredible tool. I'm very grateful to have access to it, but it does get a little mundane, but it's better than not running at all. Oh my God, that was so difficult. Like, you'd think I'm being dramatic, but like the strength training really gets me. Ryan puts me through the ringer in a good way, but I did 45 minutes of heavy lifting and then went into a 30-minute run, and I did 8 minutes on, 8 minutes on, 2 minutes off for 3 rounds, which is the longest I've run consecutively in like 5 months, like I said. And now I don't have time to shower, so I'm gonna look like shit on this call, and that's fine. I have a call for endorphins, and then I will shower because tonight, I've been teasing this, I'm going to see Wicked, and I am so excited. I'm going with 4 of my friends, and Mary-Kate Morrissey is Elphaba on Broadway right now for like 3 more weeks, and I've been dying to see her, so this is kind of my birthday gift to myself. And Today Tix, this is not sponsored, but every single time I buy tickets, I use Today Tix, and they were having a deal on this specific Tuesday night, and I was like, yep, that's gonna do it for me. So I'm really excited. I also stopped by Mickey D's on my way home to get a little Diet Coke. I gotta get on this phone call.
Edit throughout the program, and like we can have them ready for the end of the program, which
Okay, I should probably shower because like I look like this and I need to leave in 2.5 hours for Broadway. Has my hair dried from my shower? No, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I just finished up the rest of the things that I had to do until it's time for me to go. Dinner is at 5:30 in the theater district. So it is 5:02 and I gotta get going. I am so excited to see Wicked. Broadway is one of those things that I loved growing up. In another life, I think I was a theater kid. Like, that is what I used to think about when I was not living in New York. I was like, I can't wait to live there so that I can go to Broadway shows whenever I want. And I try to go to 1 a month. And this is obviously just a good one. Like, if you have not seen Wicked, you must. I think it's like a staple, especially if you live here. So I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it is mine. Home from Wicked, and that was unreal. I have not seen that show since I was a junior in high school, and I didn't really know, like, I honestly couldn't even tell you who my Elphaba was. I like loved musical theater. I wanted to see the show, but I wasn't like, you know, that into it. But I've obviously been following Mary-Kate Morrissey on TikTok for the past few months, and I've just been so excited to see her. And it was actually unreal. Like, it's one of those things where you're like, I can't believe that I got to see that in person. I wish I could have recorded the whole show for you guys and showed you, because like, unfortunately, she only has, as you're watching this, like 3 weeks left in the show. Also, my perm is a mess. Please don't look. She literally has like 3 weeks left in the show, so it's extremely unfortunate. But she will go down as one of the best to ever do it as Elphaba, no doubt. Her voice is incredible. Also, Mackenzie Kurtz as Glinda was amazing. The whole cast was amazing. We also went out to dinner before on like Theater Row, they call it. It's on 46th. And I think it was called, I'm gonna put the name of the restaurant on the screen because I don't remember, but if you're looking for a pre-show dinner while you're in New York, I would recommend this place. A lot of the places near the Broadway theaters are extremely touristy. They're not great, but I think this is like a good, solid hidden gem. Is it gonna be the best food you've ever had? No, but it has a good vibe and the food was good. They do all-you-can-eat pasta for $36 a person, and it includes, my face right now, it includes salad and something else. And it was honestly delicious. We also got the chicken parm, and I really enjoyed it. It was an 8-minute walk from the Gershwin, so it was like perfect. And perfect evening, actually. Like, couldn't have asked for better. Just a classic New York night, and it makes you realize like, oh my God, I cannot believe I live here. I am grateful every single day. Like, it's just crazy that I'm on my way home from Wicked. Like, I'm not visiting, I live here. It is 10:40, I will say. That is the only con right now, is it is way past my bedtime. I had a later night last night as well, but tomorrow I have nothing in the evening. I'm having coffee with my friend Jen, who some of you may know and follow on here, who is incredible, and that is my morning. And then I have a couple of meetings in the afternoon, and then I need to pack because we are heading to Austin, but I don't have anything tomorrow night, which is great because I need to go to sleep. So we're gonna read for like 5 minutes and then go to bed. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Walking to go get coffee with Jen. Already had a meeting this morning, it's good. I had to leave my book at like 90% of the way through, and I'm like, I can't stop thinking about it, but I had to stop reading. I'm reading Serpent and the Wings of Night, and I'm loving it, like obsessed with it. And having to leave it is killing me, but I had to get on a call and then go get coffee with Jen, who's actually the reason that I'm even filming this video right now, because every single time that I go and get coffee with her, she's like, Vicky, where's your YouTube? And I'm like, I don't have an excuse for you. I just am not doing it. And I always leave coffees with her feeling like I can conquer the world. So I'm excited. And I'll make sure she gets in this vlog. Who do we have? Our YouTube queen. I literally just told them that you're the only reason that I'm vlogging.
Wait, you're...
Yeah.
I just like processed that.
And she has her little camera and her little coffee.
We're YouTube girls.
I love not being alone when I'm filming.
That's what I was just saying. I was filming, grabbing my matcha, and I was like, oh, this is so nice being with you and not being the freak with the camera.
It's so much better. It's like when you go to an event and everyone's filming,
Yeah,
and you're
it's like normal.
Oh, thank God. I was like walking down the street and I got nervous because like some guy looked at me and I was like, well.
Wait, isn't it much
Oh, it's
better
way
with
more
cameras?
discreet with this
Yeah.
camera than anything else.
I
But
vlog so much more now because I feel less weird about it.
Yeah.
Because people don't know what it is.
yeah, I got a nice vanilla latte. What did you get?
I got hot oat matcha with a splash of, no, a pump of vanilla syrup.
Cheers to that. Back in my throne, my chair, back from coffee with Jen. It was wonderful, and I'm feeling like I need a Diet Coke, but I'm also feeling inspired, as always, with her. And now I need to walk in, because I'm feeling also behind on the things that I need to do today. Main priorities of the day, in case anybody cares. Endorphins has a partnership with New Balance, and along with that, there is a Brooklyn half marathon coming up in May, and we are doing a 12-week Road to Brooklyn training program. We basically need to send out the messaging to those 100 participants, and this just involves a lot of little computer work, me twiddling my thumbs. But I'm super excited for this program. I think it's going to be incredible for the runners. It's going to be so cool to see everybody training together. Am I okay? I just scarfed down a sandwich for lunch. Anyway, that's just a little piece of what I got to do today. We have some inventory stuff on apparel on Shopify. I'm like looking at my random to-do list. I need to finish the course breakdown for Austin. I need to follow up on another video that's happening in Austin. Got to get back to Shocks. We also have a partnership with Shocks. headphones, my favorite. So just things to get done, which I'm excited about. And then I'm also going to start editing the vlog that you're watching right now because I leave for Austin tomorrow, and a week in my life feels like too many days. It's too overwhelming for me right now to start that amount of content. And I actually feel like I have a solid amount of footage and things that I did this week. So I'm going to edit that tonight and try to get it out God knows when this week. I don't know. We're going to cross that bridge when I get to editing it. But that's a tonight thing. And I'm also still thinking about my book. And that reminds me I have to film another book video. None of these things are necessarily difficult. They just kind of like pile up, and then endorphins things take priority for me. So I'm going to shut up now. You guys, I had to take 20 minutes in between one call and another to finish Serpent and the Wings of Night. Oh my God. Like, I cannot recommend this book enough if you love fantasy romance, if you're maybe were into Twilight as a teenager and also into the Hunger Games. I feel like this book is if those two had a baby. The ending was one of the craziest things that I've experienced in a while. I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, but I actually can't say much else other than normally I don't really like endings with so many twists that like it just feels like it wasn't adding up. This book was written in a way where the twists and the unfolding of things were weaved so perfectly throughout the story. It didn't feel like anything was like out of place, if that makes sense. Like, you think back to literally the first chapter of the book and you're like, oh my God. I'm immediately moving on to the next one. It's also on Kindle Unlimited, which is incredible. I don't know how I'm supposed to work right now. It's 1:30. Like, just read it. That's all I have to say. We made it to dinner, and I don't have any groceries because I leave tomorrow. So I did order my current hyperfixation meal, which is Tacombi. It's a Mexican spot here, and it's just like good and consistent, which is what I needed. And I got 2 beef birria tacos. I got a sweet potato and black bean taco. And I also got their corn. Oh my God, it's so freaking good. I can't even explain to you. But I finished for the day, and now I need to pack. Actually, I need to do my laundry so that I can pack. And then I just need you to understand how freaking good this corn is. Do my laundry, pack, and our flight leaves at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. So it's going to be a very early morning. I'm going to try and edit this vlog tonight, and we'll see how far I get. But I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching. This may not be the best vlog you've ever seen, but they will be eventually. And I'm just excited to be back in the YouTube grind. So please comment anything you would like to see going forward. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, yapping away. And I will see you when I see you.